What is going on, everybody? Good to see you guys. First things first, I am not familiar with this new fangled technology that I'm broadcasting on. So, for those of you that were like, if Ben's doing so good with all this AI stuff, why is he giving it away? The giveaway is simply this. I am trying to learn this new streaming technology, and you all are my test audience. So I hope you guys are doing good today, and welcome to AI Summer Camp. I'm Ben Atkins from Serial Progress Seeker, and I hope you guys are as excited about this as I am. If you happen to be hanging out in the comments, jump in and say hello. And I want to say hello to you too. I want to say hello to, hey, Sandeep, what's up? Good to see you. And I'm glad that you're here. We're going to be jumping into a lot of stuff in the next 30 minutes to an hour. But more importantly, I'm going to walk you through kind of the journey that I've been on the last little bit. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Ben Atkins. I am originally a doctor of chiropractic. That's where I got my starts. And then I got into this digital marketing thing to grow my practice way back. I haven't done that in a while because I've been doing this digital marketing thing for such a long time. I got into digital marketing like way back in 2010, 2011. And within a few years, like my chiropractic practice had exploded because of digital marketing. And then, it's crazy. I got into software and helping other businesses, and I transitioned from doing the chiropractic thing where I was in my office every day to being able to work from home. I've been working from home at this point over 10 years. And we run a great business here at Serial Progress Seeker. And our primary goal is to help business owners, help aspiring business owners, help entrepreneurs to grow their business using the internet. That's been sort of mission from day one. The reason we're doing summer camp, why are we getting in and doing all this stuff? It's because in the last like 2 years, everything about my digital marketing business has gotten easier. For those of you that were like me, like the reason I knew this digital marketing thing was like a real deal was I picked up the book like a lot of people that are in my gig, and I got to a point to where pretty crazy. I read this book, The 4 Hour Work Week, and was like, oh wow, is that really a life that people can have? And it is, and got me inspired. And I'm going to be real honest with you. When I first got into selling products, selling software, selling services on the internet, digital marketing style type stuff, it was nowhere near a 4 hour work week. It was a lot more than than a 4 hour work week. And so one of the things that I tell people is I was working from home, but it was absolutely something that was not a 4 hour work week for me at the start. Now, a lot of people would tell me, hey, Ben, that's okay. I would just kill to be able to work from home and not have to get up and go to work every day. And so, yeah, I get that too. The cool part about things now and why we're doing this whole thing is right now we are in a different spot because you can actually start a business right now in working on the internet, work from home, kind of building a side hustle, from your garage, from your bedroom, whatever you want to call it, from a coffee shop. And you can do it, and you can actually build what we would call one of these 4 hour work weeks, from just using AI to do a lot of the work for you. And so that's what today's all about. And what I want to walk everybody through on this call today is just kind of how we're actually doing this, and to give you what's possible. Now, I don't want to do that by spouting a bunch of theory at you. I want to walk everybody through how you can actually do it and how we actually do it right now. Now, granted, I've been doing this for a long time. So, yes, I've put in my 10,000 hours on a lot of skill sets. But I want to kind of give you guys some behind the scenes today. And what I'm hoping happens with this first stream is I'm hoping that we, answer a lot of questions, but also that we get into a place to where we are, getting more questions for you to ask us in the meantime. and then we can come and do more streams and answer those questions. My big goal with this is to give back. A lot of what I do is if you go to serialprogressseeker.com, and I'll make sure that you guys can see that link somewhere. But if you go to our website, serialprogressseeker.com, you can see that we've got lots of courses that you can pay for, and it teaches you how to do the things that we do. That's not what this is. This is just giving back. This is just answering questions. So if you are watching this on YouTube, if you're watching it live, if you're watching it later on down the road, ask questions in the comments. And I'm going to do my very best, even if it's 6 months after the live stream, to come back to the channel and answer every single question I can about what it is actually like to work from home doing this, selling digital things, meaning I don't sell a lot of physical products, I sell digital products, and how that works. Now, I do want to say this. If you are someone that is a chiropractor, if you are someone that sells physical products, maybe you're selling something that you build at home or that you make at home. If you're somebody that's not like, well, Ben, I don't have a digital business, I'm not sure that I want to. I want everybody here to understand whether you want to have a business where you're selling digital products or you have a business where you are selling services, you're selling physical products, whatever it is that you actually do. I want you to understand that if you just implement a digital component to it, it will actually strengthen what you're doing and put you in a much better place. And so let me set the foundation here before we get started. We're going to be talking about AI. We're going to get into all this, but I do have to say one thing before we get started. The biggest thing that anybody out there can do, the most important thing that anybody out there can do before we get into the AI stuff, I want to give the foundation. I want everybody to understand the key here is to build your list. Now, what do I mean by list? I mean, have an email list that you have all of your past customers on. Meaning, if they were a past customer, I want you to jump in there and I want you to get their email address and put it on a list. And the idea is, the reason I was able to transition from what I was doing to being able to work from home for the last decade is because every time I sell something, every single time, I capture an email address. And so when I've got something new to talk about, when I have something that I want to be successful, I can send that out to all of my past customers, to all of the people that want to know more about what I'm doing. I can send that out to them via one click. I can write an email, or I can have AI write an email, and I can send it out to them in one click. And so the very foundation of this is I want you to understand what I am showing you today, whether you sell physical products, whether you sell services, whatever it is, it's building a list. A lot of the reason that I got into selling digital products is I could create something like a PDF, and I'll show you more of this in a second. I could create something and people would buy that digital thing, and then I would have them on a list. So then once I had them on my email list, I could send out something and sell them a service that I was providing. I could send out something and sell them a physical product that I have. And I've done all of these things, by the way. And so I want you to understand that the digital part of my business, it really is all about being able to build that list. Okay, so all that said, what are we going to talk about today? I want to talk about building a funnel, building a sales funnel, and putting things together, and so that we've got this, put together in a way that you can actually build a business that works for you from home. Now, what I really want to get into today is I'm going to be showing you something that is basically this. Now, I'm going to try to slide out of the way so I can show you this. What is this? See, I told you I'd be backwards today, but I'll get it, I promise. What is this that you're looking at right now? Well, what this is a sales page. And what this sales page does is it sells a digital product. Now, this is a product that I sell. You can't go to my website and find this one. This is only available through ads. But we are running Facebook ads to this particular product. And this particular product helps people to grow their business by implementing AI. Now, this sells every single day, pretty much day in and day out. It sells every single day for $20. So every day there are people on Facebook that are getting this product, there you go, this product put in front of them, and they are buying it and they are learning something. We get a lot of really good feedback on this product once people do buy it, but this is a product. Now, listen, if you're not teaching things, because I hear it all the time, well, hey, it's just digital marketing, people selling products about how to sell products. Okay, fine. I get that. I've done this for multiple niches. I've done it for my chiropractic office. The idea does not matter what you're into or what you sell. You can put together a digital product that people will buy online. Now, the big thing that I want you to kind of go into with this is this particular product is something that we sell day in and day out for $20, and we sell it. And this is so important. And once you get this, everything changes. Why do we sell it for $20? Well, it's something everybody can afford. It's something that they get way more value out of it. But every single day, I am selling enough of this product. Enough of this product. I sell enough copies of this particular product that you're seeing in the sales page. I sell enough products that we are at least breaking even with our ads. And so I pay to advertise this on Facebook and Instagram and other networks. But every single day, we are selling enough of this in the other products in the funnel. We're selling enough that we are paying our ad cost. Okay, well, how does that make us any money? The idea is I can just break even on the ads that we're putting up or make a little bit of a profit on the ads. I'm basically getting new customers for free. And when I get new customers for free, remember, I'm putting those people on an email list. So anything else that I want to sell, now I can market to those people basically for free by sending out an email rather than having to continually advertise all the time. So what I'm effectively doing is every single day, people are basically paying me $20 to be on my email list. And because they're buying a product that's related to all the other stuff that I'm going to send out when I send out emails, it's a match made in heaven. So that's the core idea here, and I want to make sure that everybody understands what we're doing and the foundation of how all this works. I didn't want this to be something that was purely like for intermediate or purely for people that are just starting. I wanted this to be something that shows you the whole picture and then really gets you into asking questions. And so, by the way, feel free to jump into the chats and shoot me a message. And like this one, Chanel says, "Hey, nothing like a buyer's list." Absolutely, Chanel. Like there is nothing like having a buyer's list. And that's the key. So what I want to show you today is I want to show you the funnel. And then what I'm going to show you, and I haven't even mentioned this yet, this entire funnel, everything in this funnel was built by AI. Now, that's not 100% of the story. I still, as a human, like AI, it's not just AI slop, because everything that is in this funnel, I had to curate. And I want to be super upfront with everybody. The AI does a chunk of the work, but then I have to curate and make sure that everything the AI says is true. I have to make sure that the AI is putting things together in a way that I approve of. That's where, a little bit of the expertise in the back end and the stuff that, I teach inside of our courses, that's where that comes in, you guys. It's AI will do a lot of the work, but if you don't know how to put together what the AI does, it's not great. And that takes a little bit of practice. But all that said, we can get into that next. I want to walk you through the step-by-step of what we're doing. So do me a favor. If you want me to jump into this and get started, jump in those comments. Let me know that you want us to get started, and we'll do that. Okay, so I want to walk you through the very basic ad funnel, and then I promise I'll get you something. And by the way, just a spoiler alert, at the end of this live stream, I'm going to pass some resources off to you all that that will be something. I'll post it in the comments. That will be something for free that you can use that will have AI helping you out. And so at the end of this live stream, I'm going to be giving you guys some resources where you can go check some things out. And it'll be some AI tools that I custom built for myself that you all will get for free. And so at the comments at the end of the session, I'll make sure that you guys get some free stuff that is going to help you if you want to get into this. And like I said, get you started. Even if you're intermediate, if you've been running a digital business for a while, this is helpful. If you're brand new, this is something that is going to be huge because you're not going to have to do all the heavy lifting yourself. The AI is going to do it for you. So let's get into the funnel. Once again, before I get into this funnel, the sales funnel that I'm going to show you guys, I do want to state something. I do want to state something. I want to state that this funnel that I built, 90% of the hard work, the heavy lifting was done by AI. What my job was to curate, to make sure everything was accurate, to make sure everything was connected. And like I said, any questions you guys have as I go along, feel free to post them in the comments. Whether you post them while I'm live or not, I will do my best to come back and answer. Okay, so let's get into it. Once again, first things first, this is the front of my product. Like this is the front end. When I have a Facebook ad that we have live that is pointing at this is what people see after they click into the ad. Okay, so what's going on here? And that's what I really want to get into today is I want to walk you all through the funnel that we are going to be using that is going to be important. So first things first, the intro product, and that's the thing that I want you guys to lock in on is the intro product. We have a Facebook ad that is pointing at this product. Like I said, we'll get into the AI, how AI helped me build this in a minute, but that is the intro product. So I have a Facebook ad, and when you're running Facebook ads, the number one question I get, well, how much are you spending on your Facebook ads? Start small. Start off at like $25 a day. Get into something with that. Once you start converting, double it up to 50. Once that's still converting and you're making money, double it up to 100. A lot of people are out there saying, well, once you double up your money or you tweak your ad stuff, the effectiveness goes away. No, not if it's a good funnel. If it's a good funnel, it keeps doing what it's supposed to do. So we get more into that later. But the first thing I want you guys to realize is we've got this very, very simple intro product for $19.95. So that is the first step of the actual funnel. The first step of the actual funnel is that. From there, we get into what we call the order bump. So, and I'll actually show you this. I'm going to give you like the overview of what it is, and then I'll actually show you the live page in a minute too, so you can see what this actually looks like. So from there, we've got the order bump. So on the actual order page, when you click to buy the $20 product, the $19.95 product, there is a offer for something, and I'll explain what that is in a minute. There's an offer for something that is $99.95. Now, what this helps us do when we actually get someone to this page from a Facebook ad is it helps us to overcome the cost. Remember, not everybody coming to this page is going to buy. So if we're spending $100 a day, you got to make sure that you're overcoming that. So we've got an order bump. Now, from there, once they've decided I'm just buying the $20 product or I'm buying the $20 product and the order bump, then we get into this next thing. And that next thing is this, which is on the back end of it, we've got a weekly newsletter that we do. So every week I send out a newsletter on a topic that this group of people would be interested in. And you can get into that for $100 a year. So what I really want everybody to sort of lock in on here of what we're doing is the potential that I have. The potential that I have on day one is right around $220. So everybody that goes to this page, I have a potential if they buy, I have the potential to make up to $220. So typically the sales range from $20 to $220. And what that does is overall, that helps us to afford our ad cost and to break even over time. Now, full disclosure, not every day do we break even. Sometimes I don't break even, but I still get new customers every day. But on the days that I don't break even, the really, really good days, if you average it out and you kind of zoom out, we're breaking even pretty much on the funnel the entire time. So that's nice. We're basically getting leads for free. The overarching thing of this is what we're getting overall. And I want everybody to be super, super clear on what we're giving overall, you guys. What we're getting overall with this is I get leads. And if that funnel is bringing me leads and I'm breaking even on the funnel, then I've got these people on an email list, and then I can send them out emails whenever I want to for new products. And typically that's one of our flagship products that's between $500 to $1,500. And that's where you start really stacking the income over time. And so, that's the core thing that I wanted to show everybody is before we get into the AI components of this, that is this. Now, what I want to do next is I want to show you guys like what this page actually looks like. And so I'm going to share my screen here in a second, and I want you guys to like lock in on this um, with what we're doing here. So I'm going to share my screen. This is the funnel. So if you look at this right here, this is the full Facebook ad funnel. A lot of people have like super complicated multiple upsells. You don't have to do that to break even and be good. You can keep it super simple. Now, for some of you, this may not seem simple at all, but stick with me. It gets easier and easier. So that's the idea. Is we've got this funnel over here. We have an intro product. We have a Facebook ad that goes to this one. And once we have the Facebook ad that goes to this one, we have a couple of things. We have an order bump, which is available right on that page as they're buying the first product. And then we have a written upsell on the back end of it. Just some nerdy talk for you guys, my marketing folks. We were testing a video sales letter on the back end of this particular funnel, and it was doing okay, but the written sales letter on the back of this ended up doing a lot better, and so that's why we have a written upsell for that weekly newsletter on the back end. Just for those that are wondering. So okay, like you see kind of the map of what it is. Now let's actually look at the real life, page. And I think that that's where we get into some fun stuff. So what I want to show you guys right now is this is the real life page. When somebody clicks on an ad, this is what they come see. And you can kind of see it's this nice, just explaining the problem, explaining the stuff. It's not a huge read. I see people that have these things and they're like monstrous. But this is it. This is it. Now, here's what's so cool, you guys. AI wrote all this copy. And what I have done and what I've kind of done for myself is over the years, I have written a lot of this long form sales copy. It's something that I've put in a lot of time. But what I found is really interesting. What I found is that when I was writing this copy, the quality of the copy that would be the basically whether someone bought this or not, the quality of my copy would largely depend on how I was feeling that day, how tired I was. And what used to, with these pages, what it used to take me like weeks and months to write a page like this, even though it's not a long page, there's a lot of thought that goes into this. So what I ended up doing is I ended up taking a lot of my past sales letters, popping them into AI and having it analyze my writing style, the way I do things. And then I built an AI assistant that now writes my copy for me. What I basically do is I answer a few questions that the AI asks me about whatever the product may be. And then once those questions are answered, he gets to work writing the page. Then I just transfer the copy over to, a web page building tool like this. And then we have our copy. Now, this is the front end. Now, what we're using for the shopping cart is something called Samcart. And I want to give a shout out to the Moran brothers and Samcart, the entire Samcart team. They've made taking, orders and getting paid super easy. So what I want to show you is once you get down, and before I get to that, I should probably say this, all the graphics on this page too, were built with AI. So all of this, once I actually had the copy, the written copy, we plug that back into the AI, and we have an AI that was building all the graphic stuff for us. And that's from this style of graphic here all the way to this style of graphic here that looks more, real. Also, just to give you a little more insight, because I'm all about just giving as much as possible to anybody that's watching this. This animated thing, which kind of helps catch people's eye, we've noticed. This was popping in a static image that we built in ChatGPT. We popped it into Midjourney and used the Midjourney kind of video to do this, and we made an animated GIF, however you say it, to that. So that's the idea. By the way, I'm a GIF guy. I don't know if you guys are GIF people, but I am a GIF a maxi. So anyways, that's neither here nor there. So we've got this page, but like I said, we're using a tool called Samcart. And what happens is when you click this, you get this slide in. And you guys can't see all of the slide in because my face is in the way, but you can see the parts that count. So it's this nice slide in. It looks good on mobile. It looks good on desktop, and people can pay here right away. Now, what's really interesting is I have a course here for $99 that you can buy called the AI PR Firm. So the idea is they're buying a product that is on a topic, and if they get into they get into that, they're probably going to be into this other thing, which is the AI PR firm. Now, what that product is it just basically teaches people, hey, if you want to get more attention for your business, and you want to get on TV, radio, and you want AI to help you do that, it shows you how to do that. There's a custom AI assistant in there that helps them do that. So that's kind of the stack. There's a $20 product, there's a $100 bump. Once they pay, they're taken to a sales page on the back end that says, hey, you bought this. Do you want to join our weekly newsletter where we talk about AI? That's the structure. So this is the actual thing of the diagram I showed you earlier in the video. And so that's the key. So, that's the core of this. And as I said, whether you're selling a physical product, whether you're selling a service, maybe you're a chiropractor, a dentist, whether you're wanting to just like kind of have a side hustle where you're just selling digital stuff, this is key. Remember, even if you're selling a service, even if you're selling a physical product, if you lead with a digital product, that can build the list so that you can sell your other stuff. Now, the overwhelming thing that I get from people is I don't really feel like I have a niche to go after, or if I have a niche, I don't understand how to start building my product. And so I got a gift for everybody here today. I have a gift for everybody here today, and I want to make sure that I put that in front of you guys. This is the gift that I want to pass along to people. This has only ever been shared with a private group before. And I want to share it with you. And this is a AI assistant that we built named Valerie. And what Valerie does for us, and this is all custom built for us, what Valerie does for us is Valerie is a research assistant. And so a lot of the really crap part of what we do as business owners is market research and making sure that we have a viable product. And Valerie does a really, really good job of helping us do the parts that we don't like to do, so that everything is really, really locked in for us. So I want to kind of show you this. There's two buttons here. And like I said, I'm going to pass this along to everybody here when we're done. I'll post it in the comments. But there's two parts. Either you have a niche already. So maybe you sell a physical product and you want to stay in that niche. Maybe you're a dentist or a chiropractor and you stay in that niche. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't know what you want to sell on. Maybe you're starting from scratch, or you're kind of tired of what you're doing and you want a side hustle. And that's when you can start from scratch. And the idea here is you can click this button and Valerie's going to ask you some questions. And it's going to give you some things. So what Valerie's doing right now is Valerie's giving me some potentially profitable ideas of niches that I can go into. And this is all AI powered. And like I said, Valerie is just an assistant that we basically programmed to do this. And so giving us some different things that we can go in and we can rock out. And so what I can do here is, and this is where it gets really interesting. What I can do is I can say, you know what, this is great. I could also say, hey, I want to pick one of these, or I want to like give me some more ideas. You can go with whatever you want. But what I'm going to do is I want to get into like let's do digital nomad family life. So, this is for people, resources for families who travel full time, homeschooling, remote work, logistics. I want to like dig into that a little bit. So I'm going to type the number 4 because I want to dig in further to that one. And so what's going to happen here is, Valerie is going to help me pick some things into sub niches for this. So it's going to be like, okay, well, you picked this digital nomad family stuff. Now, like, how do we get in further? Now, I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. So we get into this and we rock this thing out. And so I think that a really, really cool thing here would be like number 7, budget travel with kids. So let's say I want to create a product on that and explore this further. This is what's happened. So the sub niche is budget travel with kids. This is for digital nomad families. What Valerie's going to do from here is Valerie's going to break down the market. And so the market, if I go after this market, Valerie's going to say, okay, the age range is primarily 28 to 45. The gender is primarily that this audience, if you target, is primarily female, 65%, but often co-managed by couples. Keep in mind, this comes in handy when you're creating your product, your digital product. It also comes in handy when you're running your ads. Income level, $35,000 to $85,000 a year. Occupation, a lot of freelancers, online business owners, things like that. Family structure, parents 1 to 3 children, often under 12. They're college educated. They have a high digital literacy. Um, gives you your countries, gives you your housing. And then it gets into like core values. So the psychographic stuff. And like I said, I'm not going to like bore you with this because you can go play with this yourself. But it gives you digital habits, some interesting things here. From here, it says, would you like to name this project for easy reference, or would you like to research Google Docs? I'm going to give you a little trick. It's taking you a direction. Let's come up. I'm going to say, let's come up with some product ideas for this niche. Okay. And so it's going to start brainstorming some product ideas. Now, from here, we get into really getting into the fun stuff where we start building a product from scratch. What it's going to kind of walk you through the path of is, that's the audience. Now, here's some things that they would potentially be interested in buying, which you get into something like this, which is my AI partner, or my AI silent partner. This is the same process we went through before we built this entire funnel. And so the idea is, if you build something like this that you're selling for $20, that's going to teach people how to do something. Once you teach people how to do something, they start to bond with you in a way. They start to bond with you in a way that puts you into a position where you can sell your physical products, you can sell your services, all these things. So if you're a dentist, maybe you put out a guide about teeth whitening at home. Um, and that's where this gets really interesting, is you can start putting out these things that are information that people want, and this information that people want turns into sales of your services in person in your office. It turns into purchases of the stuff that you sell. Maybe you sell like really, really cool at-home remedies, and you want to sell more of that. Well, it may sound weird, but teaching people about at-home remedies and then selling them at-home remedies, that's actually a really, really good thing to do. So the idea here is, before when I was learning how to become a digital marketer over the last decade and build a business from home selling digital products that built a list and all that stuff, before, this would take me forever to put together. Using the AI I showed you, and the AI I'm going to give you guys access to, I'm going to give you guys a link to this. The idea behind this is pretty simple. The idea behind this is pretty simple because what we're doing here is we are building a product. We are building a product that we can market online. We can self-liquidate to build our list for free, basically. And then you can sell the thing that you want after that. And that's pretty powerful. That's pretty powerful. And that's where I kind of want to get into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link. I'm going to post a link in the chat for that. And so I'm going to make sure that you guys have access to that. If you don't see it showing up yet, we're going to do that. That's going to be posted on the YouTube channel, so you guys can get access to that. You don't have to have a link to that just yet, but we'll make sure that it is posted in the YouTube channel so everybody has access to that. But that's the key. So what I wanted to cover is this. If you missed any part of today, what I wanted to get into is I wanted to show you all a real funnel that we're using right now that is profitable, running ads to it. It's simple. There's nothing crazy about this. Facebook right now is in a position to where if you just have a decent funnel, Facebook will dial in the content for you. So, it's going to dial itself in 48, 72 hours. Sometimes within 24 hours, we have Facebook dialing in our funnel and helping us to be profitable. The key is running a funnel like that. If you have no clue where to start, though, start by using Valerie, which was our research assistant that we showed today. I posted that link in the chat, and I'll make sure that everybody has that. You all have access to that now. You can go use it to research, and you can start thinking about, hey, what is maybe what is my 1995 digital product that I'm going to put out there to get this started? You don't have to wait till you have the entire funnel ready to go to start getting it out there. The first thing everybody should do is go use that research assistant. Start thinking about what the product is that you would create that's information based, that also would possibly lead to selling your other stuff. Remember, it's not just a start from scratch niche thing. You can use that and tell it what niche you're in already and who your customers are already. And it will help you build a digital product that is aimed at them. And the idea here is, and where I want to leave today, remember, we're going to have sessions after this for summer camp. But the idea here is that you build a list. And once you build that list, now you don't have to keep advertising to make more sales. You have advertised to put people on a list, and now you can send emails out to that list about any of your upcoming products, anything that you want to do. Anytime you have a sale on one of your existing products, you send it out to them. That is the difference. People that are struggling to grow a business versus people that are building sustained businesses. The ones that have sustained businesses are just sending more stuff out to their email list. And by the way, I know, crazy, you can use AI to help you write emails out to that email list too, and to sell your products. You can tell the AI, hey, here's what my product is. Help me write an email to my list for a sale that we're running this weekend. But the key is having the list. If you don't have the list, you have to continually hustle to get in front of people all the time. You got to go to the trade shows. You got to go put yourself on the radio. You got to run more ads. But if everything you're doing is in service of building your email list or maybe an SMS list, whatever it is, if you're building that list, then something very interesting happens. Now you can send out things to that list on demand and generate income. That is the stupid trick, the stupid marketing trick that I learned over a decade ago that allowed me to work from home full time. I've been doing it for the last decade. Anyway, I want you guys, to be super successful with this stuff, and I want you guys to, get big wins. If you want any more info from us from now until the next summer camp series that we do, the AI summer camp here at Serial Progress Seeker, we're going to try to do these as quickly as possible to get this stuff out there to you guys. Go to serialprogressseeker.com. You can go to serialprogressseeker.com. We've got blog posts on this kind of stuff that will help you. We've got courses that you can purchase to jump in and do that. That's not what this is about, but all our stuff is there. It gives you the inside look at what we're doing. And if you don't want to wait for more summer camp sessions, you can go in and get access to that stuff now and get going. So I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I hope that we'll be doing more of these really, really soon. Do me a favor, if you caught this live, feel free to send us some comments. And I got one coming in right now from Rob that says, "This training's helpful. I've been planning on creating and launching a 1995 product. Thank you for the link." Sure, I'm happy to do anything I can to help anybody. Like, my thing is this: I want everybody here to sort of be in that position where you can have the kind of freedom and life that I've been so lucky to have. Like I said, I work hard. I work less hard now with AI at my back, but I've worked hard to get to this point. But there's still this insane amount of luck that I feel was involved. And sessions like this are, my way of paying it forward to the universe, I guess, for helping me be here. And I feel like if I can help anybody get there themselves, that's a big thing. And I want to thank everybody that was here with me live and rocking it out. Thank you guys to the comments. And yeah, why not get weird with some of this? So one of the comments right now in this, just feel free to fire me Q&A stuff. Rob says, "I like your background showing the SPS logo on the wall. How did you do this? Or is that wall actually painted with the logo?" Okay, so you ready? This is what's really, really interesting. I'm going to show you something. I didn't plan for this, so I don't have a scene planned for this. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you something kind of cool. So what I'm going to pop on the screen is this. And give me 2 seconds and I'll show you something kind of cool. Um, can you guys see this image right there? That is the image of my background. So you can see the background here. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do a little magic here for you, Rob, so you can kind of see what's going on. And I'm going to basically turn this off for you. So I'm going to turn this off so you can kind of see what my background actually looks like. Can you see that? So just movie magic. We got one of those fun green screens behind me, and you can see this is what the background is, but we can pop that up, and so that's what you're getting there. So a little bit of the old movie magic with that stuff, and hopefully hopefully that all makes sense. Like I said, you pick up these fun things as you go along, and yeah. So want to say thanks to some folks. Scott, thanks for coming out, man. Always good to see you. Rob, I'm glad. Yeah, it's green screen. For those of you that are wanting to do something, but you're like, man, I don't have a budget to build. I don't have a budget to build a backdrop. You can get a green screen like what we're doing here and do some cool stuff. Funny enough, this background, and I want to be very, very, like I said, I want to be as open and honest and answer all the questions as they come in. This background, like I said, is a green screen. If I turn this off again, you can see this backdrop is a green screen. And this green screen is just one of these things that slides up. You can buy it on Amazon, and it just slides up. I didn't have to do much tweaking. I've got some lighting on my sides that kind of help light things. But the idea behind something, this is what I did, and I want you guys to do this too. What I did to create this background is very, very simple. I went on YouTube. I found some creators that had backgrounds that I thought were really, really cool, like really, really cool backgrounds. I screenshotted them. I uploaded them to ChatGPT, and then I took my logo for my company and I said, "Hey, I want a background that is in the theme of this background." Um, but I also want my logo on the wall. And then you kind of have this back and forth conversation with the AI um, as you're kind of, dialing it in. But this was a AI created background off of something I like. I've got several of these that we put together. This is just the one that kind of feels the most together. So little bonus content there for you. All right, so I won't keep you guys any longer. I hope you enjoyed the first session that we've done. As I said, I'm just getting kind of a feel for how this streaming software works. And so I appreciate you guys being cool with me as we went through it. If you have any questions, you can go to serialprogressseeker.com. That is our website. Like I said, anytime you can get more info at serialprogressseeker.com. Or you can always comment on this video, and I'll do my very best to jump into the video comments and answer questions there too. All right. I hope you guys had fun. And yeah, we'll be back. We'll do more of these. If you guys are digging this, we'll try to do more of these, answer more questions, and get you even deeper into how we're using AI to, really, really make this business work. Really make this business work and do it in a lot less time so that you can actually have a life while you're building a business. And I think that's the big thing. All right. So have fun today. I hope you learned some stuff. Like I said, we put the research assistant our AI research assistant to get started from scratch. If you want it, it is for free in the comments. And yeah, I hope that helps you guys more. Let me know what else you need. What questions do you have? I know I didn't cover everything today. There's no way to cover everything, but like, what else do you want to know about building a digital business, a digital product business, how it integrates with your regular business, how to use AI? What are you wondering about? And I'd be glad to answer it. All right. I hope you guys are good. We'll be back with our next summer camp session, hopefully very, very soon. And we'll let you know about that as it gets here. All right. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.